how are you? Teague here. Greenday, Brain Stew. First up, they're tuned down a half step, so it will not match the record if you go to play along. We'll talk about that towards the end, but it has to do with this open E chord that is the last chord we're going to play, or E power chord. Okay, follow the link in the description. If you're watching from YouTube, it has chord graphs, play along MP3s. Will make this much easier to use. If you're watching from the page, you're in good shape. All right, start with an A power chord in the 5th fret. So we have our first finger on the low E, and we have our third finger on the 7th fret of the A string, this 5th string. We're only playing these two strings. I'm kind of arching my finger so it's pressing on string 6, but it's not really playing on those other strings, so that if I accidentally, if my pick runs across all 6 strings, I'm really only hearing these two. You can work to just hit 5 and 6, but I think you'll find if you're kind of going for it, you're going to hit those other strings. So we're trying to block them so we don't really hear them. Okay, so next up, there are two 16th notes. We're going to have to do this very quick down up and immediately stop the strings. So I'm going to do two things to stop the strings. One, the palm of my right hand is dropping in, and I'm also releasing the pressure here on 5 and 6. So I'm not like taking my finger off of the fretboard. I don't know if we can really tell there, but I'm just lifting my fingers up. So they're still sitting there, just not pressing. Okay, so now the tempo is 77. Let's take a look at some things at 77 here. Here would be our quarter note playing on every beat. We just count that as 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th note will double that. So now I have 8 of them in one measure. Ideally, I would count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if you have, sometimes you have to count to 8. It's tough to count those ands in the beginning. Next up is 16th. We're going to double that. So this was our 8th note. Now we double it. So we're also going to do ups. Down, up, down, up. There's 4. It's a good way to practice just playing 4/16. But we only need 2, and we're immediately going to stop the string. Then we're going to come back a whole step to a G power chord, where we'll play the exact same thing. So A was on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're resting on 3 and 4. We're actually resting on the and of beat 1 and the and of beat 3 because of that very quick stop. After G, we're going to go to G flat in 2nd position. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Pretty easy. So we hit A, whole step to G, half step to G flat. Then we're going to go another half step to F. From F, we're going to go to E. That's this hand coming off of the strings. I'm going to kill the metronome for a moment. We can either go, just bring your 3rd finger back, 1st finger loses a job, or you could put your 2nd finger in there on that 2nd fret of the 5th string, or your 1st finger. So, or doesn't really matter. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. They all have an advantage and kind of a disadvantage, right? So from the F to the E, you'll notice there's only one very short rest, just an 8th note rest. So we have to go, and then we have to get right back to A where we started. That's probably the trickiest part. Here we go. Right, just a short rest. So all together, 3, 4. And then we would start again. All right, pretty easy. I hope that was fun. I'm going to do, in the first part of the video, where we had all those, I'm going to do those coming up in the next video just to keep parts condensed and easier to organize on the site. But thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're on YouTube and you want more and want to know when that second video goes up. musiclearning.com is the site. Tripfuse is the band. Like, comment. Thanks so much for watching.